being there for people, that's what makes me feel good. Mainly that's what keeps me going, you know, being there for someone.
There's nothing like being in class and having a teacher tell you, oh, your work is excellent, you know, positive comments about the stuff that you're doing.
Well, I love performing, so anytime I get up on stage, it really, I know, I just feel happy.
I love dancing, and so whenever I'm like on stage with like either alone or with the troupe that I'm performing with, it's always a high. Like, I'm very happy there at my dance lessons, and when I'm on stage, I'm in the zone.
I read a lot, and a lot of times when I read, nothing else exists other than me and the book. It's wonderful to become engaged in a book.
I feel like I'm actually in a story. Like, I'm the person that's on the journey of the story.
Maths. I focus on my maths a lot. I can just sort of tune out everything else and just focus on the numbers.
I love to write. I write all the time. I write stories. I just write for fun. And whenever I'm writing, it's just me and my characters and the storyline, and everything else has no importance.
I went to an autistic youth helping group, and knowing that other people my age have little brothers and sisters like that as well, and we just sat there and talked about things we can do to help, and just told stories, and yeah, good memories. Yeah.
Just meeting new people from the different schools, and then playing as a team and getting to know each other and trusting each other. And because at the start of the year you don't know these people, but then when it comes to the end of the year, when the season's all over, you've actually made new friends that you can actually trust.
It's sort of like when you're in a netball team or something and you win the grand final. It's like everybody worked together, and it's like a family, like a big family that all just works together, and they don't have arguments, and it's all just happy.
I did group dance and stuff, and when we had concerts and everything, everyone was all pumped up together, and we'd always go through the routine and everything, and it was just very upbeat, and you'd feel really good because once you finish the performance, you'd just be like, wow, we actually did really well, and we'd all be proud of each other.
In our street, we have a lot of elderly people there, and a lot of them now have passed away, but before, when they were alive, when I was outside playing, I'd go out there and spend time with them.
No one wanted to be goalkeeper. I put my hand up and said, I'll be goalkeeper. It was the one thing which I wanted to do, and no one else wanted to do it, and that's what formed relationships with my team.
I'd often go out to help them do a job, and they'd always pay me, and whenever I got paid, I was always really happy. I felt like someone because I was getting paid.
I currently volunteer in a op shop, help out. I've done full days there. It's exhausting, but it just gives me this uplifting feeling that I am able to help someone out when they're in need.
School is, to me, it's everything. It's my escape from home, and it helps me with problems, and I learn things, and school is just my escape, and it gives me meaning.
They have an old style dance in Littlehampton, and so I sit on the door and I collect the money, and I say hello to all the old people as they come in to dance. So I really enjoy doing that, and it makes me feel like I could be more than I am.
My German was terrible when I first went there, and I found it really hard to communicate. But eventually I got there, and it was really fun afterwards when I could start speaking a bit of German.
Well, in 2011, I went to Oakbank for a regional athletics competition. we came so low before. The first time we started, we were the worst, and then gradually we just got better and better. But in 2011 we won the best individual athlete. I won that along with 3 of my other teammates, and we came second in the hills, throughout the hills. So
I could have gotten my learner's permit well over a year ago. Last day of the holidays, I never would have thought that I would be able to get it. Just last minute everything, and successfully got my permit, and that was really big sense of accomplishment then, yeah.
During the holidays, I worked full-time, which it seems like something that would be so small because my parents work full-time and my teachers work full-time. I worked for a week in the city. I worked at a horticulture pathology lab. I didn't do anything nearly as interesting as what the job description sounds like. I processed plants that the scientists were using for experiments. So I worked in a greenhouse and threshed wheat heads, and it was very tiring and it hurt my hands quite a bit, and I worked for 7.5 hours each day, and it was so exhausting, and I thought, I can't do this for the 5 weeks that I've set myself up to in the work, and I just didn't think I could do it. It was absolutely exhausting and it hurt. I would come home and my mother would just say, this is the life of an adult, you'll get used to it. I thought, no, I can't do this. But I worked for all 5 weeks. It was just nice at the end of the day to see that all that work, all that coming home and putting hand cream on my hands because the straw had rubbed the skin off of my fingertips, it was all worth it.